Idi Amin Dada's rise to power is one of the most dramatic and controversial stories in African history. Born around 1925 in a small village in northwestern Uganda, his early life was simple and quiet. He grew up herding goats and had little formal education, but he possessed an incredible physical presence and strength that would later shape his destiny. As a young man, Amin joined the King's African Rifles, the colonial British Army in East Africa. At first, he worked simple jobs, but his toughness and boldness quickly set him apart. Over the years, he rose through the ranks, becoming one of Uganda's most powerful soldiers. By the time the country gained independence in 1962, the new Ugandan government, full of political tension and power struggles, depended heavily on the military. Milton Obote, then the Prime Minister, trusted Amin and promoted him, unaware that Amin was slowly building strong influence within the army. Everything changed in 1971. While Obote was away attending a Commonwealth conference, Amin made his move. The military took control of key areas, and Amin appeared on the national radio, announcing that he was now the leader of Uganda. At first, many people celebrated, believing he would bring freedom, stability, and economic improvements. But the hope that filled the air at the beginning of his rule would not last long. As leader, Idi Amin ruled with complete authority. His government became unpredictable, with constant changes in ministers, sudden decisions, and intense pressure on anyone he suspected of challenging him. He cultivated an image of power, appearing in elaborate military uniforms, granting himself long titles, and presenting himself as a fearless protector of the nation. But behind this image, life in Uganda grew more difficult, and many citizens lived in fear of the government's actions. In 1972, Amin made one of his most impactful decisions when he ordered the expulsion of Uganda's Asian population, many of whom had lived in the country for generations and played a major role in the economy. Businesses closed, trade weakened, and a once stable economic system collapsed. While Amin claimed he was giving Ugandans control of their economy, the sudden removal of skilled business owners left the country struggling. By the late 1970s, Amin's power began to weaken. In 1978, he attempted to invade Tanzania, but the decision turned into a major mistake. Tanzania launched a strong counterattack, and many Ugandan exiles joined them. As the situation grew worse, the anti-Amin forces pushed toward Uganda's capital. In 1979, Tanzanian troops entered Kampala, and Idi Amin fled the country. He lived the rest of his life in exile, far from the political stage where he had once stood so proudly. Uganda, left with years of economic hardship and instability, began the slow process of rebuilding and recovering. Idi Amin's rule remains one of the most discussed periods in African history. His journey from a village boy to a powerful soldier, then to a feared dictator, and finally to an exiled former leader, continues to be studied as a powerful example of how rapidly power can rise and fall. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and comment. Please don't forget to subscribe for more untold history stories.